Hello everyone, this is December 5th. It's approximately 6 p.m., 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're taking a walk on the Halifax waterfront to see the Christmas lights. So I hope you enjoy this video. It's my first time of seeing it myself. This is called the Tunnel of Hope. So we're going to walk through there. But there's music playing here. I hope it's not going to be a copyright issue. I'm going to try to talk right over the top of it, and hopefully they won't be able to hear too much of that music because I don't know what it is. I'm not listening that close, but hopefully we don't infringe on any copyrights walking through this tunnel. So we're going through the Tunnel of Hope, and then we're going to turn around, come back, and look at some of the other Christmas lights. I think I'm far enough away from the music now. It's not going to make much difference. Maybe I'm sticking right out in the water on this this walkway here. So I'm going to just take my camera and look around the skyline while I'm out here. And some of the sights in Halifax, and that's Dartmouth across the river you see there. It's quite a big area. You wouldn't think it's a big city, but I think the population of Dartmouth is about 80 some thousand. So it's spread out. It's not like a big downtown, but it's spread out. But it takes in a big area. It's okay. Back to Halifax. We'll go back to the tunnel, and I'll have to use the same strategy. I'll talk loud when I go past the music, so I don't have any copyright issues. Isn't this cool? This place, it's really amazing. So maybe what I'll do, I'll just pause it when I get down, if the music's still loud, because I don't want to get into trouble. So I'll probably just pause my video. So I'm going to stop right now to get past the music. Okay, I'm back. The boardwalk looks really strange walking here at night, and there's not much here. I don't know if we're going to see more Christmas lights or not. We'll keep going and see what's down here. Then I'll know for myself if there's Christmas lights down here. I heard there was, but we'll see as we walk down. In any event, it's a nice walk down here at night, and in the summertime, this place was just booming before the COVID came. Like there's tourist cruise ships come in here, and there's tourists blocking this walkway. You could hardly get through here for tourists. And now, well, it would be quiet anyway now in December, because in Halifax you don't get cruise ships in December. Probably due to the rough waters on the Atlantic. Yeah, you're still susceptible to hurricanes and tropical storms and things that blow up here. So that's probably one reason they don't have cruise ships. And another, it'd be cold when they got here, so they wouldn't want to walk around in the cold. It wouldn't be too much fun. So that's probably why we don't have cruise ships here in the summer. And it's very windy down here. So I don't know if I'm even going to be able to do a video here, because the wind is blowing really hard right here. Probably because I'm looking right out over the Atlantic Ocean, and a lot of wind blows in from there. So I may have to change my strategy here tonight. If there's too much wind, we'll see how it goes down here. It looks like it's lit up down here. Would be a nice area to walk. But if the wind persists, I may have trouble. But we'll continue on, and hopefully I can stay out of the wind. Right here it seems a little bit calmer. And the wind is a problem with people doing videos, because it blows in there and it makes a racket, and then you can't hear good. But I'll do my best to try to make this video so everybody can enjoy it at Christmas time. Now, I don't know how many lights are down here. I heard it was a lot of Christmas lights here, but perhaps not. Now there's another shot of Dartmouth across the harbor. When you take the ferry, it's only about 15 minutes across the water. And there's also 2 bridges here in Halifax that'll take you over to Dartmouth. Oh, I see some stuff down here now. This looks like might be interesting. A big tree and some other things. So we'll continue on down. Hopefully the wind doesn't get too bad. So one of these days I'm going to get myself. They do make microphones that will shield you from the wind, and that's probably the next item I should get, because one thing about Halifax, the wind blows a lot because we're right on the ocean, and there's a lot of days I came over to try to make a video, and the wind was so strong I had to give up. I couldn't do it because there was so much wind. But there is microphones that you can put like on in your shirt pocket up in that area, and it'll pick up your voice. And they've got like furry stuff around the mic, so the wind can't really blow into the mic, but it can hear your voice. So that's probably the next item I'm going to try to get. And I think it'd be worth buying, because then you can go out in the wind, you can film, and the wind is the enemy of YouTubers, because we're trying to make videos and the wind blows here, it blows all the time. You go in the summer, you get some days that are really hot and humid, and wind doesn't blow all that much, but this time of year it's very windy. So I'm just gonna maybe walk. Maybe I'll wait till these cars go by, and then I'll go over here, and I'll walk down through here and walk past that big Christmas tree. It's lit up pretty nice down here. Now normally there would be bars down here and restaurants and stuff going, but because of the COVID, they're not really going. You can I think you can get takeout at some of these restaurants, maybe. As long as the restaurant does takeout, they're open. But if they don't do takeout, then they're not open. Well, we'll come up and have a look at this tree. And all the lights around here. I'll just turn right around so you can see the whole area that I'm in. It's like a square. And there's shops on all sides. There's a street out there, and there's shops all the way around here, and it's like cobblestone things that I'm walking on, like bricks. Very cool. That building right in front of me is a condo. There's condos on the top, and restaurants and stuff on the bottom. This particular restaurant is called the Bicycle Thief. So very popular spot when the tourists are here in the summer. And I got to be careful where I'm walking, because I see some water here. I don't want to get my feet soaked if I can help it. There's quite a bit of water right here. Oh, I'm going to get wet, so I'm going to take a different path, because there's a lot of water right there. It all leads the same place anyway. I go around this way. There's a lot of beautiful Christmas decorations here. And so we'll go back around by the tree. See, it rained here not long ago. When I left home, I brought my umbrella because I thought I was going to need it. And it hasn't rained since I got over here. But it did rain. It rained pretty hard by the looks of things here. There's a lot of water on. Now I'm on the walkway now. I'll be all right out here. Okay, so anyway, one last look across the harbor. You might even be able to see the water down there. It's pretty calm right here. We're sheltered, but just out there is the ocean, and it's a different story when you get out in the ocean. It's not calm when you get out in the ocean. It can be deceiving. You can think it's going to be really calm out there, and you get out there and it's rough. So I'm going to walk down this way a little bit more. There might be something I've missed. There are Christmas lights from time to time along here. Yeah, this place here is a wine bar. These places would all be open if this was a normal place. Right now, the COVID has gotten the brakes on a lot of stuff, so we have to make the best of it. It is what it is, and we'll get through it. We'll keep smiling, and we'll get through it because that's what we are. We're not going to give up. We're going to get through it, and I hope these videos bring a little bit of sunshine in your life. And remember, keep smiling and don't let things get you down. No matter what is going on around us, don't let it get you down. Think positive. They will get over this. They're on the verge of having a vaccine now to protect people from catching the virus. And if you live here in Nova Scotia, be very thankful you live here because we've got a very small amount of cases compared to the world. The rest of the world's got a lot of cases, and we don't have hardly anything here. So be very thankful and grateful that you live here in Nova Scotia. Now let's see, here's a little sign that would have pertained to well, it says 6 feet, keep 2 meters or 2 deck chairs apart. That's a way they got to measure what 2 meters is. If 2 chairs would fit in there, then that's 2 meters. So here would normally be our Halifax Harbor Walk. You can still walk here, but there's not as much to see and do, but there is some stuff here. I'm going to walk over here where I see some lights on, and maybe we'll have something else to see over here. And you can see all the lights of Dartmouth in the background there across the harbor, which stretches out pretty much the whole length of Halifax and beyond. Like, you wouldn't believe it when you know Dartmouth for 80,000 people, it takes up a big space. I think it goes at least, Portland Street is the main street over there, and I think it goes at least 10 kilometers. And there's things along the way, some little communities, but it's pretty well all Dartmouth. And so there's lots of places, there's lots of shopping over there. Don't ever think Halifax got all the shopping because Dartmouth's got a lot of shopping. They've got one place I'm going to go one of these days is Dartmouth Crossing. It's a very big plaza with everything in there. Canadian Tire, Walmart, Dollarama, but all loads of stores. There must be at least a couple hundred stores up there, and all kinds of takeout food places and fast foods and restaurants. And so if you're ever in Halifax, you got to go to Dartmouth Crossing because that's a great place to shop. And I got to say, if you like going to IKEA, now I'm not being sponsored by IKEA, but I'm just saying that they got one of the largest IKEA stores I've ever seen. And I live in Toronto, and there wasn't anything in Toronto as big as this Dartmouth Crossing IKEA store. It's huge. They come from PEI and New Brunswick, drive clear down here to go to the IKEA store because it's such a huge place. My wife wants to go there sometimes, and I say, I don't want to go. It's too big. I'm tired walking around before I get out of there. So it's a very huge store. One day I'll go by there and I'll just include it into my video on Dartmouth Crossing and show you how big the IKEA store is here. All right, that's about as far as it goes this way. There's a good shot of the city from over here. I'm right down on the south end of the boardwalk. And there's not much more down there. Just checking my clock to make sure I'm still good. It hasn't shut off yet, so I've got more video time yet. One day I'm planning to find a way to get a little more video time on my phone, get a little more, free up some space and get more video time on here, because I'm limited in what I can do at one time, because it'll shut off on me and then it'll be full. I'll get a little sign come up there saying your space is all filled up, and then I can't do anything till I get back to the computer and put it on there and erase it off my phone. So anyway, here's a little look at the Halifax skyline. I'll start right over there and show some of the buildings that's here at night. And we'll walk on up the boardwalk. This right here is not cobblestone like the other place I showed you. I'll show you what it's like here. It's just boards. But it's very nice. It's about, I would say this boardwalk is about 20-25 feet wide right here. And the water is just down over the edge right here. If you come to the edge, you'll see maybe you can see the water. Yeah, you see the water. That's the harbor. And we will come over here. There's a little inlet here where in the summertime boats come in here. So this would be like a slip for boats. Big large boats come in here. I think they had a Navy ship was here all summer. They used to have it because tours, it was a World War II Navy ship and you could take tours on it. We've been through it and it was very interesting. I can't remember the name of the ship or the number, but it was a Canadian military Navy ship. And it's that right here in this space right here. They bring it in here and it just sat right here all the last couple of years. But we couldn't go through it this year because of the COVID. I don't even know if it was here. I'm not sure because I didn't spend a lot of time down on the waterfront this year because it was kind of dead. And I told you before that I was a musician and I used to come down on the boardwalk busking, playing my guitar down here. And it was great when the American tourists came in here. They were quite generous with their money, putting in my guitar case. And you know, being retired, it was really good. Come down here and get a guitar case full of American bills was good. Yeah. One day I'll maybe put something on here just to show you some of my gear and my guitar and stuff one day. If I get in the mood for that, I can put that on YouTube, I think. You don't have to have a special channel for that. So I do have another music channel for some of my music on there, but I'll just put some on YouTube one day just to show you. There's something going down the harbor. I think it's probably a ship, a small ship belonging to the Coast Guard, more than likely. Coast Guard has a fair amount of ships here that patrol the oceans out there, the harbor. So it's not uncommon to see a Coast Guard ship going through the harbor here. Well, we're back to this spot again, but I'm going to continue right on up the boardwalk to the end, I guess. There's still part of this under construction, so the full boardwalk, we won't be looking at the full boardwalk because there's some construction going on the upper end, so it's still closed off. So we'll take one last look at this area. This is really pretty in here. A lot of Christmas lights right here. It's nice. So I heard there was Christmas lights down here, and I guess it's true. It's not everywhere in the whole boardwalk, but there's still a lot to see down here. And see the city in the background there, blended with the lights. Looks really nice. And this is another restaurant that's not running right now. I'm awfully afraid that before this COVID is solved, a lot of restaurants are going to be out of business. I hope not the case, because we all like going out to restaurants from time to time, and it's good to have a night out when you don't have to cook and you can just go to a restaurant and sit down and be served. And here in Halifax there's a lot of seafood restaurants. You can get a lot of things I don't care about, but a lot of people do. And I like codfish, though. I really love codfish and fish and chips. I never ate so much fish and chips until before I came to Halifax. When I lived in Ontario, I didn't buy fish and chips in restaurants, hardly at all. I came to Halifax, that's all. That's what I want to buy all the time now, fish and chips. I had fish and chips last night home, and maybe I'm eating too many fish and chips, I don't know. But they're really good. And the fish is fresh here, like they catch it out in the ocean, bring it in here, and they sell it, and then they end up in the restaurants, and it's really fresh. So you buy a fish dish. There we go. A dish with fish in it. It's going to be fresh here in Halifax. It's going to be fresh fish. Come right in off the ocean. Well, this has been really fun walking around here, talking to you guys tonight, and I hope you're enjoying this walk. I got a little bit more to go yet till I get to where I sign off. So I hope you're enjoying this walk. It's kind of dark here, but there's a lot of lights in the background, and right now where that building is right there, that's where Spring Garden Road joins Barrington. So that's a good marker. It's probably one of our tallest buildings in Halifax. Most of our buildings here are 30 stories, maybe less, maybe 20, 25. And there's a lot of 10, 15 story buildings. So that one there is one of the tallest. And we don't have any 40, 50 story towers here, not yet. One day there probably will be, but right now we don't have anything that big. You know, when I was in Toronto, it was really growing fast. You couldn't keep up with the new towers going up. Everywhere you look, there's another tower going up. It looks a lot like New York City in Toronto. It really does. Even coming down Yonge Street when you get to Dundas, it looks like Broadway. And when people come there from New York, that's the first thing to say. It looks like New York. And so here, it doesn't look like that. It's just a nice city. It's not a large city. I think our population here in Halifax, with the whole surrounding area and everything, it might possibly be close to 500. No, maybe not 500,000, but more than 4. It could be close to 5. That'd be our population here in Halifax. And there's about 80-some thousand over in Dartmouth. So I'm going to walk through this area here, I guess, and see what's over here. We can't go in there because that area is closed now because of construction. So we can walk out here though because it's a parking lot, and there's picnic tables here and things. This would normally be in the summer. In the summer when everything's opened up here. These are all food places and stuff like that here. And let's see, I think we can continue on. It was just that one little area, there was a fence around it. We can still walk. I'm not sure how far we can go because there is a part that's not finished just yet. And I gotta watch where I'm walking because there's water in the ground here again. I guess it rained pretty hard over here once today. So here's an area that looks pretty cool. Now somebody's singing in the background. You gotta be on guard against music playing because there's copyright infringement laws, and so I guess I'm gonna have to get out of here. I try to talk louder than the music. So we just get a quick look at this and we'll get out of here because the music will get me in trouble if I play people's recorded music. You're not supposed to do that. So if it gets too loud, I may have to pause this because, well, hopefully not. But we'll continue on up through here. Hopefully the music doesn't play the whole in here. I think we're getting away from it now. Okay, so we should be out of earshot of the music, and I'll show you the spot where I played here in the summer when before the virus came along and things were booming down here and the cruise ships are coming in. I'll show you my spot. I have my own little spot where I played music down here, and I'm pretty close to it right now. So it would be, my spot would be, let's see, I'm close. They took the benches out here, so that it looks a little different now without the benches. Let's see, it's very handy here where I used to play. All summer long down here, I could bring my guitar and a little battery-powered amplifier down here, and I'd play all summer. And it was good. I enjoyed doing it. It was fun. It gave me something to do, and made a little bit of money too. So, anyways, I think I'm beyond it. I'm just going to go back a little bit because you might be interested in that. See where I used to play down here. Things have changed a little bit too since that was not this summer. That was the summer before, because the COVID was on all this summer. So I think my spot was somewhere around this ledge right here, somewhere in this area, but maybe not exactly. But was a ledge something like this anyway. That's where I used to play down here, and the harbor's right there, and all the things around. The sound deck was really good, and when I first got the idea of doing that, all I had was big heavy amplifiers and stuff, and I said I need a little battery powered amplifier to do that, and so we went to the music store along the McQuaid's, and I found one there, and haven't even used it now in over a year because that's COVID kind of shut that down. But anyways, we're making our way up through here. I think I'm going to soon have to exit here because I think just beyond here it might be closed down. Let's make sure still got some time on here. Yeah, it's still going. So we'll continue on up here. That's a museum. I think we went through that once. It's Marine Museum. That's what that is. And it's really interesting. There was a lot of stuff to see there. It was very, very interesting place. I think it's called the Marine Museum. More likely, I think that's, don't see the sign right here, but I'm pretty sure that's what that was. The Marine Museum. And this is going to be the end of our walk through here, but I'll keep my camera going for a while because it's still, as long as it don't shut off on me, we'll keep it going. And see what we can film down here, because I'm just going to go home and then I can take it off my camera and put it on the computer, and there it will be, and get it out as soon as possible. Here's a ship right here. They've been working on this, restoring this. It's an old ship that was, I don't know how old it is. It's quite old. These are the lifeboats off of it. And they've been sitting here for a couple of years while they've been working on that boat. They've done a fantastic job on that boat because it's still covered over. And when it's all done, it's going to be, you're going to be able to take tours and go in on that boat and take tours. But right now it's still being worked on, trying to fix it all up real nice. And so we'll just walk up here and have a little look at it. And so you'll see the gangplank is right there, and there's a sign that says ship closed. But one day it'll be open, it'll be all completed, and it'll be fun to take a tour through there. But right now, it's just sitting there because it's winter time, and well, it's almost winter. Another couple of weeks, it'll officially be winter, but it feels like it sometimes. But I heard good news about Halifax this winter. They say it's going to be warmer than usual and a lot of rain, not so much snow. And some years you can get a lot of snow here, but not this year. It's supposed to be, here we are the 5th of December, and there's no snow on the ground at all, and it's 10 degrees out tonight. So that's really quite remarkable. So that's what we've got this winter. We're going to have mild temperatures, so they say the long-term forecast, because I guess there's conditions that they know is going to cause that, and they can be quite accurate about that. So that's what we're going to be. Here's some stuff here that's off of ships. There's lifeboats, anchors, because this is a museum in here, for a marine museum. It's very interesting. We was in there, and there's a lot of stuff in there. This is a big anchor that would be on a ship to drop down in the ocean, and there's another anchor right there. So when you think about anchors, you don't picture stuff maybe this big, and these are small compared to some ships, because the ships back when they used those anchors were much smaller than the ships today. Well, let's look. I still got some time. Still got some time left on this video. I don't look like I have a lot, so if I run out of time, that'll be the end of it. But if I don't, I'll sign off properly. So if it suddenly stops, that means I ran out of time, and it is what it is. But I'm going to try to make it back to the ferry station and then sign off there if I can. Hopefully I can. It all depends on how much stuff is on my phone before I start the video. Because if I get everything cleaned off pretty good, I can get quite a bit of recording time. But if there's stuff on there, like some other videos I haven't seen, haven't noticed they're there, then it'll use up my storage. And there's another mural over there that might be interesting, called Spirit of a Legend. And it shows it depicts a picture of boats on a dock. And yeah, these gimbals are kind of tricky. I tried to zoom up, but the zoom wasn't working. And earlier my button wasn't working to turn my phone on and off, so I had to do it by hand on the phone. And what it is they're run on Bluetooth. And the Bluetooth, sometimes you don't get a good signal from the gimbal to the phone for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what happens. And then certain functions don't always work like they're supposed to. And I feel some rain falling, and fortunately I have my umbrella with me, so I'm just going to get that out and put it up here, and there it goes. I have my umbrella over me, and it's a really big umbrella, so I don't think I'm going to get wet, but the wind is blowing a little bit hard, so I may have trouble with my umbrella, but we'll try to use it. Okay. You can probably hear the rain hitting the umbrella. I may not be able to use the umbrella because it's really windy, so I'm just going to stop, fold it back up, and pardon my camera maneuvers here. There. I couldn't use my umbrella because of the wind. I didn't want to destroy it, so we'll have to make do without it. I'm going to try to keep my phone from getting wet if I can. We're almost to the ferry terminal now. I was very fortunate. It didn't rain much all evening, and was able to pretty much complete this video. Didn't make it completely, but let's try putting the umbrella back up again. See if it'll help. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad right here. Better than getting all my electronics wet. I'm shielded by a building, which is a new building. This wasn't here a couple of years ago. and it's brand new building, all glass in the front. And here's some nice shots of Halifax from down. I'm almost to the ferry terminal. I might stop and get a coffee at the Tim Hortons here. I'm almost there. If it's still, I think it might be closed. If it's closed, then I won't be able to go in. I think possibly it's closed. This one down here doesn't stay open as late as some of them. Yeah, it looks like it's closed. So we're not going to be getting coffee here. But anyways, I wish I had more space on here. I'd go up through historic properties and see what that looks like tonight. But that'll be a video for another night. We'll do that another night. So here's a look at the city just before I head to the ferry terminal. And that way right there will take you down towards historic properties. And it's a whole area that's really unique to Halifax, and it was an area that kind of got run down in the old days when this was the waterfront and a little bit different, and they didn't have all the tourist stuff here. But as it gradually built up and became a tourist area, they redid all that area that's known as historic properties. And there's nice little shops there, and every building looks really nice down there, and they're all unique. So one day we'll do a tour of historic properties. But for now, I'm back to the ferry terminal, and my umbrella seems to be working now. The wind's not too bad here, and it's keeping me from getting my equipment wet. And I'm passing something interesting here. I call it the Halifax Bull. It looks something like the Wall Street Bull, but it's scaled down. It's much smaller. But if you want to see it, how's that? It looks a lot like the Wall Street Bull, but it's smaller. I'd say this one is about maybe 4 feet tall and about 7 feet long, maybe. But it's still nice. It looks really good. So I guess it's a permanent fixture here. It looks really nice. So I call it the Halifax Bull. I don't know what it'll be called, but there it is. All right, I'm going towards the terminal and catch the ferry back to Dartmouth. So we'll walk to the terminal, and then I'll get in under here where it's not raining, and I'll take my umbrella down and finish this video. Okay, so my umbrella's down. There's the ferry terminal and this little area. And now I'm going to turn off this video and go inside. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, because it really does help. And you have a good night. See y'all later. Bye.